So, characteristics of solids. The particles in mechanical unit operations, we are talking about characteristics of solids. Solids in general are more difficult to handle than liquids. Solids, any solid in general, more difficult to handle than liquids. Okay. Solid appears in a variety of forms. How? Forms. Angular, continuous, 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 sheets, finely divided powders. These are the various forms. And how they behave. Their behavior may be abrasive, tough, rubbery, soft, and fragile. Dusty, cohesive, free flowing, sticky. This is how they look like. And manipulation or handling any type of solids is very difficult. So we have to understand to handle the solids, how we can use them, what way we can use them. So to understand that, we have to understand two things. One is particle size, another one is particle shape. Shape. Particle size and particle shape. Of all the shapes and sizes that may be found in solids, the most important form is a small and a smaller particle and bigger particle. How to handle them for to design a process and how to make and equipment for dealing with streams containing such as solids. Characterization of solid particles. Characterization of solid particles. In this topic, we will I try to understand characterization of solid particles. In this, individual solid particles are characterized by their size, shape, density. Individual characterization, when you see, we will understand size, shape, density. Size, shape, density. Particles of homogeneous solids have the same density as the bulk material. Like if again, size. If you see the size, you can write a homogeneous or non-homogeneous. Okay. Particles obtained by breaking up a composite solid such as metal bearing ore. Various densities, usually different from the density of bulk material. Size and shape are usually specified for regular particles such as shape. Cubes, and spheres. So specified size will be there and shape. Okay. For non-irregular particles like such as sands or mica flakes, sand grains and flakes. Mica flakes, irregular. Irregular it is. Now let us understand in terms of size and shape how we can try to characterize. Particle shape. Particle shape. The shape of an individual particle is conveniently expressed in terms of sphericity, which is independent of particle size. For a spherical particle of diameter, dp pi s equal to 1. So particle shape, if you divide two ways, one is pi s equal to 1, pi s is not equal to 1. That means maybe less than 1. Okay, these are, if pi s is equal to 1 for spheres and maybe sometimes cubes, but pi s is less than pi s is not equal, less than 1 maybe for irregular or some non-homogeneous particle. Okay. For non-spherical particle, the sphericity. For if it is for spherical particles, pi s equal to 1. Non-spherical particles, pi s equal to, this would be pi s equal to 1. This would be pi s equal to 6 by dp divided by sp by vp. The total surface area of the particles, the total surface area is the surface area per particle type, the number of particles. But it is more convenient to calculation based on volume fraction particles in the mixture and surface to volume ratio for particles. The total surface area of the part in mixture may be by number of particles. Total surface area can be calculated. Total surface area may be depend on number of particles, volume or SP by VP. Surface area by, okay. Surface to volume ratio of the particles. So 6 by dp for this, 6 by dp for sphere. Surface to volume ratio. Whereas SP is pi r square by 4. SP can be written because pi, okay, SP, how we can write? SP can be written, SP can be written pi r square by 4 or pi dp square. Right? And volume of the sphere can be written as 1 by 6 pi dp square. Now, if you do pi s equal to 6 by dp divided by sp by vp, we rearrange sp by Vp 6 by pi s dp. This is how we will try to calculate. Sphericity we will be calculating, surface to volume ratio we will be calculating like this. Values of sphericity of several shapes can be seen like this. Generally, the sphericity for the sphere, that is sphere r cube pi s, would be 1 because the length equal to dp. Whereas Rashig rings, it would be Rashig rings, the sphericity would be 0.58. Crushed glass, it would be 0.65. This is how we will try to calculate sphericity. Why we have to calculate? Because to understand the overall properties of the particles, we have to understand the particle shape of the mixture. dP is here, dP is diameter and Sp is surface area of one particle. Volume, Vp is volume of the one of the particle. Again, one more terminology I will be telling, equivalent diameter. Equivalent diameter is defined as diameter of a sphere of equal volume. Diameter of a equal volume. For granular fine particles, it is difficult to extract exact value. Okay, because dp we can't, we will be generally nominal size. So for fine granular materials, it is difficult to determine exact volume and surface area of the particle and diameter. The surface area may be found from the pressure drop of the particle, that can be seen in another aspects. Non-porous particles from absorption measurements used to calculate pi s. For crushed materials, pi s would be 0.6 to 0.8 crushed materials. And for cube, a short cylinder, sphere, it should be 1. Cube and sphere and short cylinder, it would be 1. Now let us understand. Next is particle size. Particle size. How to calculate particle size? In general, diameters may be specified for any equidimensional particle. So dimension can be specified for sphere, cube, and short cylinder. But some non-equidimensional particles non-equidimensional particles that are no longer in one direction than in other are characterized by second longest major dimension, because first dimension, like first dimension will be this much and last dimension will be this much in the mixture. Then we will not take maybe the first dimension, the second dimension would be the dp to calculate sphericity, so the second largest dimension would be taken for to calculate sphericity. Okay. Particle sizes are expressed in different units depending on size. Coes particles are measured in, how we can measure coes? Measured in inches or millimeters. And fine particles are measured in, screen size. Very fine particles in mm or nm. Ultra fine particles are in surface area per unit mass. Okay. How we can measure? Very fine particles can be measured by using mm or nm. Ultra fine particles are measured in surface area per unit mass. Okay. And also fine particles are measured in terms of screen size. And coarse particles are measured in mixed particle size. If you have a mixture with you in a container, how to calculate mixture particle size? That can be calculated by using M and rho p. M is the total mass. And rho p is density of the particle. Okay. So how we can calculate? If you have a mixture, you try to take total mass of the particles, and then we should know the density of the particles and volume. So then we can calculate number of particles in mixture would be m by rho p vp. Okay. So the total surface area of the particle can be calculated by using A equal to NSP. So that can be written in terms of, we know SP by VP. N would be M by rho P VP. SP would be this 6 by DP VP by pi s. When you combine both, we can get specific surface area, that would be N into SP, that would be 6m divided by pi s rho p dp. This is how we will calculate specific surface area. Total surface area is N into SP. So if you have a mixture of particles, we will try to calculate the total surface area by using this formula. And specific surface of mixture. How to calculate specific surface of that can be calculated, that is denoted by AW, and it can be calculated 6x1 divided by pi s rho p dp1 plus 6x2 divided by pi s rho p dp2 plus 6x3 pi s rho p dpn. This is how we will try to calculate AW, and we can represent AW as 6 by, we can take common, pi s dp, and sigma I equal to 1 to n xi by dpi bar. This is how we will calculate. Here I indicates individual increments. Xi is mass fraction in a given increment. N is number of increments, and dpi is average particle diameter is taken as arithmetic mean diameter. dpi is arithmetic mean diameter. And next we will try to calculate average particle size. Average particle size. Average particle size or volume surface mean diameter can be denoted by d bar s, that can be getting from 6 by pi s aw rho p. You have aw, specific surface of mixture. From there we will try to calculate average particle size. Here we will use average particle size. To calculate average particle size, we have to get volume surface mean diameter. Volume surface mean diameter, we can volume surface diameter. So what is AW we have? AW, if you substitute here AW value, this AW, if you substitute here, we can rewrite this equation D as equal to 1 sigma I equal to 1 to n xi divided by dpi. This is called volume surface mean diameter. If you don't have this particular surface, instead of mass fraction, you can use, if you use number of particle, that can be written as dn. dn is for number of particle, that can be written in sigma I equal to 1 to n ni di divided by total number of particles. So this is number of particles. If you see mass mean diameter, that can be written means of W, mass mean diameter can be written as in terms of mass fraction, that is xi. Sigma I equal to 1 to n, and average xi into average particle diameter. And finally, last one is dV. dV is volume mean diameter. Volume mean diameter can be written as 1 by volume mean diameter can be written as d bar V equal to 1 by sigma equal to 1 to n xi dpi by whole cube whole power 1 by 3. Cubic root of 1 by 3. This is how volume mean diameter can be found if you have a total volume with us.